Hey y'all, so I want to give y'all some knowledge on something that mainly people really don't have any knowledge of nowadays, because no one is talking about it. So, I wanted to teach you guys about the soul and what is the soul, because there's God created the body, soul, and the spirit. So what is the soul? So first off, I want to say this. There's many things in life that's invisible, that's living, that's alive. We can't see it with our eyes, but it's alive. It's things that God placed on the inside of our body that's living. But we're in complete control of our bodies. But there's something on the inside of us that's living, which is our soul. And our soul gives information to God about how we lived our life. Our soul is not our spirit. Our soul is not our spirit. Our spirit is us. Our spirit is the breath, is the life form. The spirit is the life form. And the soul is what belongs to God. The soul, it belongs to God. The spirit is our life form. It's us. The spirit is us. And the soul is invisible. The soul is a separate part from us. But the soul lives within us. The soul, it lives within our body. The soul knows, everything that we do. We are in complete control. But the soul knows everything that we do. So like when you dream or when you do anything that you do, the soul knows what you do. The soul has no control over things, but the soul can help you. The soul can guide you. The soul can do all these things. And so the soul is a separate part of you, of your entity. God created body, soul, and spirit. The spirit and the soul are different. The soul is what belongs to God. The soul is what belongs to God, to dwell with your spirit. So the soul is a separate entity in itself that lives within you. The soul is what makes you live. The soul is what really makes you live. And that's the part of you that knows everything about you. The soul knows everything about you. People don't understand what the soul really is because they don't have any knowledge of soul. They don't have any knowledge of soul because they don't dig deeper than just the Bible. They don't go deeper than that. And he's put, I can't explain it, but God has put something inside of me that seeks deeper. I go to the deep things of God. And so I wanted to talk about, soul. The soul knows everything that you do. The soul knows everything about you. The soul is not, the soul is not you. The soul is not you. The soul is a separate entity within you. It's invisible. You can't see it. But once you die, your spirit gonna leave your body. And your spirit can communicate with your soul. Your spirit can communicate with your soul. Your soul is, your soul is what belongs to God. It's what God created to give to your spirit. So the soul is a separate entity within itself. Without the soul, we can't live. Without the soul, the spirit, we can't live. So the soul is what God placed within us. And once you die and you start to see and understand, you can understand these things now, but you haven't nobody. Everybody stick with just the Bible. That just that one book. The Bible even says, my people will perish for a lack of knowledge. People don't search the really deep things of God. And, you can still make it to heaven not having this kind of knowledge. You can still make it to heaven. The Bible is all the knowledge you need to make it to heaven. The Bible is really all you need to make it to heaven. But there is knowledge that's deeper, that's so much deeper. It goes deeper than just that book. Because over the whole thousands of years this earth has existed, there's been hundreds and hundreds of thousands of prophets that's left messages and left notes that it's not hidden, but people are blinded to it. They think that the Bible is the only book written from God, which was, or can I say, divinely inspired, which is not. So when you sin, your soul that lives within you knows you sinning. It knows. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this. So it was a point where I was resting. I was laying down resting. in my soul, and I was grieved in my spirit. I was grieved in my spirit, and my soul spoke. My soul, I heard my soul. It spoke to me, and it was talking to a spirit that was within me. And the soul said, "Get away from me." It was a spirit that the soul was talking to within my spirit. The soul said, get away from me." And it was a spirit. What was that spirit? It was what was it? It was like a spirit of like not doubt. It was like I don't even really remember what the spirit was, because it said the spirit, what spirit it was. And it was like depression or something, and my soul spoke. It spoke to that spirit. I was resting, and I heard my soul that lives within me speak to a spirit that was in my spirit, that was in my soul. It was a spirit that was in my soul, and the soul spoke to the spirit, and it said, get away from me. Now I know a lot of people ain't gonna understand this. It's deep. The spirit realm is deep. The spirit realm is deep. I know a lot of y'all not gonna understand it, but the spirit is deep. But I felt like nobody's teaching these things about the spirit realm, because nobody knows about it. And I gotta use my gifts the way God has given me to you, to spread to you guys. So you gotta understand, you have something that's living inside of you that's invisible. Your soul. Your soul, and a lot of people are not gonna understand it. But your soul is separate from your spirit. Your spirit is your essence. Your spirit is you. And your soul is what God gives to govern your spirit. Your soul knows everything about you. Your soul knows everything about how you live your life. Your soul is not necessarily your character, but your soul is an entity from God that governs your spirit within you. So, you gotta be careful about how you live your life, because your soul knows everything that you do. Your spirit does. So, and I really don't like when people try to teach about the soul, the body, soul, and spirit, when they really don't know what they're teaching. They don't know. They really don't understand soul. They really don't understand spirit, because they haven't went deeper than just the Bible. They try to make up these things from the Bible without having more knowledge about what the soul is. Y'all should go read, the book of Moses, the death of Moses. All these books, it's not in the Bible. It'll give you so much knowledge. If you really want to not be lost, if you really want more knowledge, like God placed it in me, and this might not be for everybody, but God placed it in me. He placed something in me that's different from everyone else. I know that I'm different from everybody. I'm completely different from any other Christian, any other believer. God gives everybody their own gifts, like how he gave King Solomon knowledge that was greater than anybody. Queen Sheba even went to see King Solomon, and she was a queen, rich. She even went to see King Solomon. She said, this is the mighty King Solomon of God, the creator, who created the whole world, because his knowledge was so great. His knowledge and his wisdom was so great of demons and just the spiritual realm, because that's what he asked for. And I asked for the same thing. And God stuck to his promise. God stuck to his promise. Once you ask God to do something for you, you got to put in that work. You got to put in the work to do it. And he'll reveal it. He'll reveal things to you. You got to pray for God, and then you got to put in that work for it to happen, for it to manifest, for it to come to pass. So, that's a little teaching that I wanted to tell y'all about the soul, and that you have an entity that lives within you that's not necessarily you, but it's a part of you, but it's a separate entity. Your soul. You can talk to your soul. You can speak to your soul. Your spirit can speak to your soul. It's a complete separate entity from God that you can talk to, and it'll speak back to you. So I love y'all. You know, it's just a little quick lesson about, you know, soul, you know, and I love you guys. You know, y'all guys stay in the faith, keep fighting the good fight of faith. I know the journey is hard, it's tough, it's very difficult. You know, share this little, you know, message on what the soul is. A little message. And I'll go into deeper details on the body and the spirit and, you know, what those things are. But I wanted to make a little video. Didn't want to make it too long. So I love you guys. Y'all gotta stay safe. Y'all stay in the faith. Y'all pray. You know, y'all do whatever y'all gotta do to stick with God and stay with God. I love y'all.